Okay, my name is Kylie Mitchell.
I'm Kristen Sanders.
I teach freshman regular and honors English at Calera High School.
I teach second grade at Inverness Elementary.
My name is Amari, and I'm in second grade, and I'm in Miss K. Sanders' class.
My main focus at the beginning of school and throughout the year is just to get to know my kids as people, because they're not going to learn from me until we've made like those connections, and I need to know things about who they are to help them learn better.
So, social emotional learning is like you can tell somebody if somebody's mad, sad, or like happy or anything.
What social and emotional learning is to me is really just building a classroom community and giving students the tools that they need to deal with emotions that they're feeling every day.
Social and emotional learning is built into just the classroom culture that I try to have with my kids. I want us to function more as a family instead of, here to take notes and learn and take a test and move on. And so it's just part of who I am as a teacher and who we are as a class.
Sometimes it feels like it's hard to get social and emotional learning in because it feels like it's an additional subject per se. Really, it's something that you can incorporate to everyday things that you're already doing.
Every day we start by coming together as a group. I call it opening class, I guess.
During our morning meeting is when we really focus in on it. We'll do a little bit of role playing, have students share and get to know each other.
And so I have a student come up and they read what we're doing that day. And then we read this, it's kind of silly, it's called the Daily Commitment Pledge. And they just read a line and they recite it back to each other. And it's just filled with positive affirmations, stuff like, today I'm gonna do the best I can to be the best that I can. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna do what I'm asked, like that sort of stuff. And so every single day, whether they think it's silly or not, they're reaffirming in their brains, like, this is what Miss Mitchell expects of me. This is who I should be as a person. I think it's good because we do it first thing, and so we set the tone kind of for the day.
Another thing I do is I have students write a letter to me once a week, and they can write about anything they want. And the nice thing with that is then after I read the letters, if I feel like there's some questions that I have or I want to get deeper into a conversation with the students, I can pull them aside and then talk to them about the letter that they wrote me.
I try to remind them that whatever's going on in their life, it's happening out there, outside my room, and when you're in here, these are the things that you need to be focusing on. And they can do whatever they want with it. So sometimes they'll do a funny accent, or sometimes they'll stand on the desks, or they'll do dance moves. And kids that come in a bad mood, it gets them laughing, it gets them talking to each other, it gets them involved. That's always my #1 goal. Like, I want them to leave my classroom from their freshman year and just be a better person than when they got in. And so that colors everything that I do.
The best thing about it is I see my students start to notice it then throughout the day. So we did an example role play where a student got frustrated because they wouldn't share at their center, which is a typical problem that we have, in our centers daily, and I'm trying to work with other students, and I want them to be able to solve those kind of problems on their own. And then that specific example happened, and so then the students came up to me after and were so excited, we shared in our center today. So you really see them then applying those skills that we're working on.
Everybody set great examples and don't be follower and be a leader.
You have a goal for them as a human, and then you apply that to everything every day.